So the flash fill option is new in Excel. Probably you don't see in 2010 version. Later version, you'll see that. The advantage of that is if you just type the pattern what you want, see, this is the US phone number. This is everything. There is no space or any no format is given here. But if I want this format in this format, just type it here. Select the entire range. Don't copy it and press Control E. Control E will do whatever the pattern is given in the first row. Same thing will be copied down. I will do it again. Say I given a format like this, and once I give it for the first row, just select the entire range of, say you have this phone number, and press Control E. There is Control and E. It's okay, right? And if you see here, there is a phone number. This is a UAE phone number. So if I want the phone number to be in this format, if you write a formula, it's very difficult. Suppose if you have to put like left of this 3 characters, then space, then 2 characters, then space, then again this. So just give a format like this. And again, just select the range, entire range, and press Control E. So you'll get the number properly. Suppose if I want just the phone number, not the anything, 92767. See, if I just type it, this numbers and just type it, it will come. It will fill it on its own. Or you can just select the entire range and press Control E. It will give you that. Or if I want only say 3 digits of last 3 digits, 767, and I'll just select the entire range, press Control E. Give you that. This need not be same formats. Here even you can put say instead of bracket you can put hyphen or whatever and select the entire range and press Control E. It will give you the same pattern down. The flash fill advantage you will see more in this example. So if you see, look at this, there is a name here, there is a number part, there is a salary, and there is a city, and there is a state as well. Suppose if I want to get only the salary here. So I'll just type this 89,000. This 89,000 I'm taking from here and putting it here. And select the entire range and press Control E. What it does is it looks at this 89 in this sentence and it understands that, okay, I am looking at value from this entire sentence. So here 72,000 it has taken, here 45,000. So this is very, very useful because you don't require to write any formulas at all. Otherwise, if you are writing the formula, it's very difficult. You have to look at which is the number here or exact position you will not get because this 89 starts at somewhere, maybe say 30th position. Here, this 72 is starting at say 40th position. So you can't really write a dynamic formula which can give you this. And here, if I want state, so state is say MA I am putting it. And same thing if I select the range here and press, so it's not able to understand what that is. I'll just put one more MA. And now if I select, now it understood because if I just put MA, it doesn't know whether we are looking at this MA because there are many MAs in this. So it doesn't know. That is the reason it said not able to understand what pattern it is. Suppose if I put the city here, Boston, and if I select entire range and press Control E, so it is giving all the cities from here. So this is the salary, and this is state, and this is city. So this is quite simple. I think there is no formula involved at all.
We'll still have one question. It's a pretty obvious question, but what if you have 2 numbers in a single line?
Where here?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just put something like 89,000 bonus 40,000, something like that I'll put, okay? That means here you have 2 numbers, right? 89,000 and 4,000. And similarly here also I'll say bonus, say 35, whatever. And you need to have that similar one here. So here also I'll put bonus, maybe say 20,000. So I'll remove this. It can recognize the pattern. So if I put 89,000 here, And when I select here and press Control E, so it is able to recognize this is the first number we are looking at. Okay. And instead of 89,000, if I put 4,000 here, and if I try to put the pattern, it's not able to, yeah, here it could recognize, because here it is the second number, but it went.
There is a second number. Yeah, when there's a second number, it changes.
Yeah, it is not available, so it gave the first number itself. So I think it is, unless you have correct, I mean, even the data in the same style, you don't get properly, I guess. So let's see. We'll put one more here, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, it chooses the second pattern always, until it has it, I think.
Yeah. So here 2000. So if it is available, it is taking the second one. Other it's taking the first one here. Yeah. So if you have the data like this in the same pattern, so it will take it, because it knows that it's 4,000 here. Suppose, okay, we'll do it only for 4 lines. Suppose if both are same, 4,000, suppose here. And if, see, actually I'm looking at the second one. So probably it will not give you the one correctly. If I say Control E, actually I'm looking at the second one. It doesn't know whether it's looking at first one or second one, because both are same, right? So what we should be giving here, we will give one more example, 34.5. Then if I do the control, then it recognizes, okay, this is, I am looking at the second one. Is it clear, Jobin?
Yeah, it's clear. So basically it works on pattern.
Yeah, pattern. So sometimes, no, one line it's not able to recognize it, because here, because both are 4,000, it doesn't know whether you are looking for first one or second one. When it comes to the second one, because we are given 34,500, so it understood that, okay, we are looking at the second number. So that is why it gave you the second number here in these two. These two I did not type, no, only these two I typed. These two I typed and I did the flash fill. So this flash fill is very useful when you are doing some quick analysis, or if you are doing the data cleaning and things like that. Suppose something like, say you have something like, say, EMP 1, 2, 3, 4, something like this there. So you want just a number from this. You don't want that EMP, hyphen EMP and all. So just put 1, 2, 3, 4, then press Control E. So it is going to give you, so it understood that, okay, you want this, you want the number only. You don't want this prefix EMP. So based on the pattern, it works. Okay, we'll move on to the next one, the text. So here, this is something, probably the accountants who are working in accounts department, and normally they face this problem. So this is the ledger you receive from the bank. Bank gives you the statement of account of their whatever the company's account or personal account. This is the date and this is the description, this is the amount. And I want to get the check number out of it from here. See, there is no fixed pattern here at all. So this is here, check number. So here, if you look at this, check number is somewhere here. This is the check number. And if you come to the second line, it's fine. In the third, here, it is somewhere at the 30th character or whatever here. So there is no fixed character. Suppose if I just put some number and say I'll put equals mid of this one, starting number, maybe say 40 and 6 characters, I want to get it. I think I'll put some more transfer 40. I'll make it maybe 48. If you look at it, so what I did was, I said from this text, I want from 57th, starting number is 57th character, I want 6. This I arrived at counting this number. So I got this check number. If I copy the same formula down, it is not giving you properly. For this, it is fine because both strings are the same length. And here the check number appears at the same position. But when I copy it down, some of them is again, this may be giving correctly, this is giving correctly, but this is all wrong because check number is somewhere here. So we have to look at in what pattern it is appearing. We can see this, all this check number. If you just look at the numbers, there are different numbers also. Here there is one more number. So you can't just decide, okay, if I look at the numbers, it is a check number always. So the check number are prefixed with check number here. If you look at check number, you can see here, right? Check number. So what we should be looking at is where this check number is appearing. The check number position we have to first find out. Then we can get the check number. So we'll find out where is that equals find. In this text, I'm looking for check number. Check number is chq dot no. That particular text I am looking at. Hope you are following. I will explain again. I think I made it wrong. So find text is this one. Check number I'm looking at in the text. This one. Start number we can ignore it because we are looking from the beginning. So what it does is, so it says the check number starting at 49 position. The same formula if I copy, so it says at the 49 position check number is starting, and here it says at the 38 position it is starting. So using this we can find out. So if here if I say find mid of this text, starting number is this one and number of character 6. So it gave me everywhere the check number. So, but this is again, we did not give you the check number because what we searched and found is the check number starting position. This check number starting position, this position only, we found that. This is the 39 characters. What it gave you is 49 characters. What we want is from here only we want the check number. That means we have to add up this many numbers to the same number here. So what we do here is, we'll say E2 plus 6 characters or 5 characters, whatever is. I mean, it is not 6, this is 8 characters. And now if are you following me or is it tough? See, what we did was, we are looking at, say your manager asked you to prepare a statement where you want to compare your ledger with, say, bank ledger. Your ledger may be having these check numbers, but bank ledger did not give you the check number separate column. So they gave it like a description. You want to extract this check number from this description. To extract that, we have to look at what pattern it is appearing. So the check number is all the check numbers here. Check number 001370 is the check number here. Everything is prefixed with CHQ NO. So we have to find out CHQ NO, and then after that the check number. So what we are doing is, we are finding here, find CHQ number in this text. So it returned you at 49 position, this CHQ is appearing. But here what we are doing is, we are finding out in this text, the B2, from the 49 position, we are adding up that CHQ number, that 8 numbers we are adding, the 8 characters, because this CHQ dot NO and colon, that is 8 characters. From there, 6 character is our check number. So when I copy and paste it down, so it will give you the check numbers. For some people, probably it is difficult. Maybe if you are looking at find at the first time, find or search. So find is to find the position of that search string. The find will give you the exact position from this left where it appears. The CHQ, what we are doing is CHQ where it is appearing, we are looking at here. So we got this answer as 49, but from this 49 we cannot get the check number. From 49 we have to add this many characters again, the CHQ, NO and this dot. So this is our 8 characters. This is 8 characters only, we are adding it in this to get this 49 becomes 49 plus this 8. And we are getting that position, the 6 characters from here to get the check number. Can I move on to the next one or? Okay, this one we have seen it in the last class. Shall I repeat or you want to skip this? Okay, here this is a payroll sheet for say 5 employees. You have 5 employees in your company, and you are calculating their salary. The salary calculation is, this is the basic pay of each employee. And these are the calculations. So on the basic pay, you have 15% income tax. So 15% is on the basic is your income tax, and cess is 3% on the income tax. 20% of the basic is your HRA, and transport allowance is constant on the 500 for each employee. This does not depend on anything. It is just a constant amount. So let us put the formula here. Equals HRA is, so before that we'll do one thing. So because here we can refer as a 20% and multiply by basic, but again if there is a change, again you have to go and change in the formulas. For that what I suggest is put the percentage here. 50, this because this has a text as well as the number, so you can't really refer in your formula. So we'll just put the number here. 15%, how do you type it? Either you can type 0.15, then you can go here and change the format. Other easy way is just type 15 and put the percentage sign. And here 3%, and this is 20%. Actually, basically it is 0.2, but it's shown as a, if I go to number format here, actually this is 0.2. If I go to the percentage, it is 20. And this is 500. I'll just put 500 here. Okay. Or I don't want here because it's just, here in the HRA, we'll put the formula. HRA, what we said is 15% of your basic. So equals, this is 15% multiplied by your basic, and press enter. And I will copy the same formula down. So this is not giving you any value, because if you look at here, formula is referring to this cell, not to this cell. So again, we should use the absolute reference. So this is called relative reference, whichever, without dollar if you put, this is a relative reference. When I copy it down, so this C5, B11 become C6, B12, C7, B13. So what we want is, we want this to be constant. This cell supposed to be constant. This, because this is your HRA. I mean the percentage of the, what I was referring was the wrong ones. HRA is here, right? So equals this cell multiplied by this basic. So this will give you the HRA. So 20% of this basic 10,000 is 2,000. Same thing if I copy down, this is not giving you value, because if you look at this formula, this is referring to the cell somewhere here. So we should lock this cell, this 20%. 20% is this one. This will press the F4, function 4. So that becomes $C, $7, and B11 will leave it as it is, because when we copy it down, we want this to be incremented. So now it is fine. See, 20% of 10,000 is 2,000. 20% of 8,000 is 1,600. And transport allowances, we don't have any calculation. It is just the amount, this one. Either you can type 500 or you can refer to this cell. Again, when I copy it down here, this is going to give you a wrong one, because this is again referring to the down cell, because again, this is a relative reference. Instead, we'll again select and press the F4, function 4, to make it absolute reference, and now copy it down. So this is 500. Income tax is how much? It is 15% of your basic pay. So equals 15% is income tax is here, multiplied by basic is 10,000. Since we know that this has to be constant, we'll lock it. The C5 will lock it as pressing F4 and press enter. Now copy it down. Cess is 3% of your on your income tax, not on the basic. So equals 3%, and again press F4 to lock it, multiply by your income tax is this one, press enter and copy it down. Net pay is, so all these are earnings. Your basic pay is earning, plus HRA, plus transport allowance, and income tax is your deduction. That means it should be minus, And again, cess is your deductions minus and press enter and copy it down. So here in all these formulas, I did not use any numbers. If you look at here, even though 500 is constant here, I did not use the number within the formula, inside the formula. We should never use the literals or the numbers inside the formula, because if there is a change, suppose the company decide to give you instead of 500 transport allowance, if it is 600, again you have to go to all these employees record and change it. Suppose if there are thousands of employees, you have to go to all the rows and change it. So if you are referring to the cell, suppose if I refer the cell here, one place if you change it, see even this also referring to this. Suppose if I make it this 600, is going to change everywhere. Or this one, if I make it say 25%, so this is going to change everywhere. So this is how you should always refer to the cell within the formulas, never use any numbers. So in future, if you want to do any updation, it is easy. You can do it in one cell and it will reflect into all the other cells. Okay, we'll move on to the if else. If else again, I think many people are scared to use it. Actually, it is very simple. If you understand its basic, definitely it is easy to apply it. In your business scenario also, it's very useful to find out if you want to calculate commission or something, the if and else, if you know, it's easy to calculate it. Here, there is a student names and there is a marks scored by each student. If I want to know, or if I want to make the status as pass or fail, so here, this is the condition. If it is below 35, it is fail. 35 and above is pass. That means what? This is only one condition. We can do with only one if. So we'll put the formula like equals if bracket open logical test. Logical test means what we are checking. So this 83, if it is less than 35, comma, this is the test, comma, if it is true, what should be? Fail. And if it is not true, if it is false, that means if this condition is not true, this one should be pass. And bracket close and press enter. So we'll drag it down. So if you look at here, 50 is pass, this is pass, 18 is fail, and this 30 is fail, 31 is fail, and let us put 35. So 35 should be pass, right? And if I make this 34, it should be fail. So this is how you can use the if condition for the single if condition for statusing pass or fail. If you find it difficult to follow, no, so you can always go here. Suppose, see now I written the if condition from here. Instead, what I can do is equals if, bracket open. I can press this fx. Can you see this fx inside function? If I go to it is showing in a little more detailed way. Logical test. Logical test is what we want to test it. So this one 83 is less than 35. If it is true, it is. This should be fail. If it is false, what we want should be pass. And click OK. And same thing, you just copy. So if you are not comfortable with directly writing here, you can always go to this fx insert function, and here you can type it, whatever you. Suppose if you have multiple conditions, say here we are seeing only one pass and fail. Suppose here we have 35 is fail, below 35 is fail, 35 to 50 is just pass, 50 to 60 is second class, 60 and above is first class. In this case, we have to use multiple if conditions. Multiple if is same way. I mean, equals, start with the if. We'll say if this mark is less than 35, this is fail. Okay. In the previous example, what we said was, if it is less than 35, fail. Otherwise, everyone is pass. 35 and above is, there are only two classes. One is fail and other one is a pass. Here we have 4 different status. One is fail, pass, second class, and first class. So if it is less than 35, it is fail. Otherwise, what we should be doing is, again, we have to check if it is less than, again, same 83, less than 50, it is pass. And again, if one more condition, if this one is less than 60, this is second class. Otherwise, it is first class. This is giving you this message because I did not close the brackets. Here, it started with 3 brackets, but I closed only 1 bracket. I can do it on my own, or I can just auto correction. So press F. Now I will just drag it and bring it down here. So this is 83 is above 60. It's giving you first class. 50. This 50 is second class because 50 and above is second class. And this 42 is just pass. 18 is fail. And 75 is again first class. If I make it this one 42 to say 52, it should become second class here. So if I make it this one say 20, it should become fail. So if I go to this FX here, no, so it will give you more conditions. Is it clear, or shall I do it again? So this is equals. I'm doing it again. It's fine. Equals. If bracket open, logical test is say logical test means we are checking something with the condition. So this mark we are checking if it is less than 35. So it is fail. If it is not 35, if it is 35, fail we said. If it is not 35, we should again check. That means again one more if condition we are putting it. Then bracket open. Then again test it. This one 83 is less than 50. If it is less than 50 is what? Pass. See, 35 and above pass means up to 50 it is pass. So 50 and above is second class. So below 50 is 35 to 49 is pass. So less than 50 is pass. And again, if it is false, that means it is not less than 35, not less than 50. Again, we'll test it. If this one is 83 is less than 60, then it is second class. If none of this condition is true, that means if it is not less than 35, or if it is 35 to 49, it is pass. If it is 50 to 59 is second class. If it is 60 and above, if it is none of this condition is true, then what we say is this is first class. And here we opened 3 brackets. There is 1 if here, 2 if, 3 ifs. That means we have to put 3 brackets here. 1, 2, and 3. And press enter. Now if you drag this down, so it is giving you based on this value. So 50 is second class. If I make this 50 to 49, it is going to become pass. You can have multiple if condition, but in the newer version, there is a new thing like ifs is there. So probably I will show that in the next class. Ifs is a little bit simpler one. So you can, instead of using the multiple if, you can use the ifs also. But this if is having a limitation, or it's very difficult if it is more than, see now itself in 3 ifs only we are having difficulty to maintain it. If there are, you can go up to 32 ifs. Suppose if it is after 6 or 7 ifs, it's very difficult to maintain it. So in that case, instead of if condition, you can use the VLOOKUPs. If you use the VLOOKUP, you can, same thing you can achieve without much difficulty. And also the advantage here is you can add more numbers or more different status. Suppose this is a sales table, and if you want to find out the sales commission based on the sales amount up to 30,000, 2.5% commission. 30,000 is 5%, 50,000 10%, and 70 and above is 15%. That's how the sales commission table. If I want to write in the if condition, you need 4 if condition for that. So instead we can write a VLOOKUP formula, and same thing we can do it without much difficulty or with a lesser code. Conditional formatting is very useful for highlighting some things. Say here you have a city, you have a sale. Suppose if I want to highlight all the cities which has a sale more than say 8,000, what we can do is select this, go to conditional formatting, highlight, and here I say greater than 8,000, I want to highlight it and press OK. So everything is highlighted of this. Suppose if I want between say maybe 2,000 and 3,000, I want to. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the bell icon to receive more videos.